A woman will never love a man who is not her superior in some way. You see, from an evolutionary standpoint, a woman wants a man who can lead, protect, and provide. It's in their nature to look up to a man and submit to him. And when a man walks with his head held high, radiating confidence, it triggers a deep-seated instinct in women to admire and respect him. Women are naturally attracted to a man who exudes an aura of power and authority because it reminds them of a time when men were truly the dominant force in society. However, modern society has failed to uphold this age-old tradition and has instead promoted a culture of gender equality and female empowerment. As a result, many men have lost their natural inclination to be leaders and providers, which in turn has created a significant imbalance in the dating marketplace. When men no longer possess the qualities that women have traditionally looked for in a partner, it disrupts the natural order of things and leaves both parties feeling discontent. Women may find themselves struggling to respect and submit to a man who seems unable to provide leadership or security, while men may feel confused and frustrated by the lack of admiration or attraction from women. This breakdown in traditional gender roles and expectations can lead to a host of problems in the dating world, such as an increase in divorce rates, a decline in traditional family values, and a general sense of dissatisfaction among both men and women. It is important to remember that this is not about promoting harmful stereotypes or discouraging women from pursuing their own goals and aspirations. Rather, it is about recognizing the inherent differences between men and women and understanding how these differences can complement each other in a healthy and fulfilling relationship. By embracing our natural inclinations and respecting the differences between the genders, we can create a more balanced and harmonious dating marketplace that benefits everyone. In fact, Aristotle goes even further and reveals another shocking truth about women. According to his vast knowledge, he realized that a woman's beauty is directly linked to the attention she receives from men. This might seem like a simple observation, but it carries with it a much deeper meaning than time. In today's video, we will uncover the hidden depths of this statement and explore its profound implications for men and women alike. From understanding the psychology of female beauty standards to navigating the complexities of male attention and validation, we will delve into the fascinating world of human interaction and discover the secrets to unlocking a woman's true value. So sit back, relax, and get ready to gain insight into one of the most intriguing aspects of human relationships. But before we go any further, I want to make it clear that this is not some modern feminist propaganda designed to manipulate and confuse men. No, this is pure, unadulterated wisdom from one of the greatest minds that ever lived. Aristotle was not a product of his time. He transcended the limitations of his era and formulated timeless principles that remain relevant to this day. His observations on human nature and behavior were so accurate and insightful that they continue to influence scholars, thinkers, and everyday people alike thousands of years after he first penned them down. That's why it is crucial that we pay attention to what he had to say about women and beauty, especially in a world where so many men have strayed far from these ancient truths. By doing so, we can reclaim a deeper understanding of ourselves and the women in our lives, leading to more meaningful connections and a better understanding of human nature. Aristotle begins his analysis by pointing out that women's beauty is not an inherent quality, but rather a perception that is created by the attention and admiration of men. In other words, beauty is not something that is objectively true, but rather a subjective interpretation based on how others perceive and respond to it. This is a radical idea that goes against the conventional wisdom of the time, which often portrayed women as objects to be admired for their physical attributes. Aristotle, however, recognized that women were more than just their looks and that their value could not be reduced to a mere aesthetic judgment. Instead, he proposed that a woman's beauty was a reflection of her ability to elicit desire and admiration from men. This perspective is revolutionary because it places women at the center of their own narrative and allows them to define their own beauty standards rather than conforming to the narrow and often unrealistic expectations of society. By shifting the focus from objective beauty standards to the subjective perceptions of others, Aristotle paved the way for a more inclusive and diverse understanding of beauty that celebrates the unique qualities of every individual. But Aristotle does not stop there. He goes on to explain that a woman's beauty is not just a matter of personal preference, but rather a reflection of her status and value in society. In his view, a woman's beauty is enhanced when she is surrounded by luxury and enjoys a high social standing. This is because it is precisely in these contexts that a woman's value is most apparent, and men are most likely to recognize and appreciate her beauty. This idea challenges the notion that beauty is something that can be found in all social contexts and suggests that it is often relative to the social and cultural norms of a particular time and place. For example, during the Victorian era, women were often seen as beautiful when they conformed to strict standards of modesty and decorum. Whereas in the 1920s, women who embraced a more rebellious and androgynous look were considered fashionable and attractive. By recognizing the social determinants of beauty, Aristotle encourages us to be aware of the biases and conventions of our own time and to challenge any rigid or narrow definitions of beauty that may be imposed on us. Ultimately, he suggests that beauty is a complex and multifaceted concept that cannot be fully captured by any single definition or standard. Now let's delve deeper into the second point made by Aristotle, which concerns the importance of a woman's virtue and character in determining her value. Contrary to the prevailing notion that beauty is the ultimate arbiter of a woman's worth, Aristotle argues that it is actually her virtue and character that truly define her as a person. He believed that a woman's beauty was only one aspect of her overall value, and that it should not be considered in isolation from her other qualities. This perspective is particularly groundbreaking considering the historical context in which it was made. During ancient Greece, women were often seen primarily as objects of male desire, and their value was largely determined by their physical appearance and their ability to conform to societal expectations. However, Aristotle challenged this narrow view of women by emphasizing the importance of their inner qualities and suggesting that they should be valued for more than just their looks. He believed that a woman's virtue and character were essential to her well-being and happiness, and that they should be cultivated and celebrated as such. By highlighting the importance of a woman's inner qualities, Aristotle paved the way for a more holistic and nuanced understanding of female identity. He recognized that women, like men, were complex individuals with a wide range of emotions, thoughts, and experiences that could not be reduced to their physical attributes or societal roles. This perspective is particularly relevant in today's world, where there is still a lot of emphasis on women as appearance and where they continue to face pressure to conform to unrealistic beauty standards and gender roles. By celebrating the inner qualities of women and valuing them for more than just their looks, we can create a more equitable and compassionate society that recognizes their full humanity and potential. If you agree with Aristotle's view that a woman's value goes beyond her physical appearance and that her virtue and character are equally important, then show your support by liking this video. Let's see how many men understand the timeless wisdom of this ancient philosopher. Now let's move on to the next point, which concerns the role of men in a woman's life, and how their attention and admiration can shape her sense of self-worth and value. Aristotle argued that it is through the eyes of men that women are able to see their own beauty. This idea challenges the common notion that women should feel beautiful without any external validation and suggests that men's perception of women as beauty can play a significant role in shaping women's own self-image and sense of worth. Furthermore, Aristotle recognized that women, like men, have a natural desire to be desired and admired, and that this desire can be a powerful motivator in their lives. This perspective challenges the notion that women should be entirely self-sufficient and independent of male attention, and suggests that there is a natural complementarity between men and women in the realm of desire and admiration. By recognizing the role that men play in women's lives and the impact that their attention and admiration can have on women's sense of self-worth, we can foster a more balanced and respectful relationship between the genders. This understanding can help men and women to appreciate the unique perspectives and experiences that each gender brings to the table and to work together towards creating a more equitable and fulfilling society for all. By recognizing the role that men play in women's lives and the impact that their attention and admiration can have on women's sense of self-worth, we can foster a more balanced and respectful relationship between the genders. This understanding can help men and women to appreciate the unique perspectives and experiences that each gender brings to the table and to work together towards creating a more equitable and fulfilling society for all. So brothers, the next time you see a beautiful woman, take a moment to appreciate the complex web of factors that contribute to her beauty. Remember that her beauty is not just skin deep, but is shaped by her inner qualities, her social context, and the attention she receives from those around her. And don't forget to show your support if you agree with Aristotle's timeless wisdom and want to see more content like this. Together, we can create a more enlightened and compassionate society that values the beauty and complexity of women and the important role they play in our lives.